Hey there, welcome back. Today we have got an exciting topic that is Pandas string methods. If you have ever had to work with text data in Python, you are in the right place. In this video, we will dive deep into powerful Pandas string functions and show you how to manipulate and analyze text data like a pro. So let's get started. But before we continue our discussion, let's explore our dataset. Let's import the necessary Python libraries for this session. They are Pandas and NumPy. The dataset that we'll be working with is W Superstore dataset. Let's use the pandas read underscore CSV method to read it. To obtain general information about the Superstore dataset, one can use pandas info method. As you can see here, the Superstore dataset contains 9994 records and 20 variables. Furthermore, it specifies the variable names and data types such as order ID being an object data type and order date being a date time data type and so on. The column names in the CSV file are in proper format with spaces between them and some of them have dashes. Let me use this piece of code to tidy them up. This will generate camel format column names and replace spaces and dashes with underscores. Now let's use pandas head method to view the first 5 records. And after doing some data wrangling, this is how our data looks like. I have created a subset of df data frame named df underscore subset that includes variables customer underscore id, customer underscore name, region, order underscore date, product underscore name, sales, quantity and discount. Now let's explore some of the most commonly used pandas string method. The first method which we are going to discuss about is the len method. Let's do an example and see the functionality that how we can use the len method to return the length of each string in data frame. This can be useful when you want to find out how long each text is. Let's see how we can use the len method. df underscore subset len underscore product name equal to df underscore subset product underscore name. And remember one thing, whenever you are going to use string method in pandas, you have to first chain it with the str attribute and then you have to use the method which you want to use in pandas. Now let's run the code. So we have successfully created a new variable called len underscore product name. Let's see how our data looks like. Dot head, and you can see here for each and every record, len function have successfully calculated how long each product name is. Now let's discuss about how we can convert the text cases. We can use lower and upper method in pandas to convert text to lower and uppercase respectively. Let's do an example. df underscore subset lower underscore region df underscore subset region. As you can see, region is in title case and we are going to change it into the lower case. str.lower, and we will also create a new variable called upper underscore region, and in place of lower method we are going to use the upper method. Let's run the code. We have successfully created two new variables. Let's see how our data looks like. And you can see we have successfully converted the cases for region variable and we have created two new variables, lower underscore region and upper underscore region. In upper underscore region we have all upper cases, whereas in lower underscore region variable we have converted the region variable values to lower cases. Sometimes you want to check whether a particular substring is present in each text entry or not, and that is where contains method will be helpful for you. Let's do an example and see how we can use contains method to check a particular substring is present in the text entry or not. df and df underscore subset contains book, df underscore subset, let us use variable product underscore name, and we want to check whether book is present or not. And by the way, the output will be a boolean form, true and false. Now let's run the code. So we have successfully created a new variable called contains underscore book. Let's use the head method to see whether and you can see here we have successfully created a new variable called contains underscore book, and wherever it has book, it will be showing you the value of true, otherwise it is false. Now we are going to discuss about the find and replace method in Pandas. One can use replace method to find and replace text from a text string in Pandas data frame. Let's do an example and see its functionality. df underscore subset, and I'll create a new variable called replace underscore region, df underscore subset region str replace, and I will replace south with capital SO. Now let's run the code, and we will use the head method to see whether we have successfully created this new variable or not. And you can see here we have successfully created a new variable called replace underscore region, where we have replaced south with capital SO, whereas rest of the values remain the same. For example, west is still showing as west. And this is how you can use replace method in Pandas data frame. Sometimes there is a need that you need to split a string into a list of substring based on a specified delimiter. And that is where a split method comes in handy. Let's see how we can use a split method in Pandas. df underscore subset, I will create a new column called split underscore words, df underscore subset product underscore name dot str split. By default, the delimiter is going to be space. Let's run the code, and let me use head method to show you how the data looks like. And you can see here we have successfully created a new variable called split underscore words, where it has split the string, and the delimiter here is the space, and on the basis of that it has split the string into different words altogether. So within this particular list you have bush, Somerset, collection, bookcase, and so on for the other values of text string in product underscore name. And this is how you can use the split method in Pandas. Sometimes you want to split the string and want to create multiple columns out of it. And that is where expand parameter in split method comes in handy. Let's do an example and see how we can use it. I will create a new data frame called ASD, df underscore subset, product underscore name, str dot split, expand equal to true. Let's run the code. My bad, spelling mistake. And now let's use the head method. And you can see here there are 20 columns it has created. So there can be a string which has 20 different words altogether. And that is why it has created 20 different columns in a new data frame. And this is how one can use expand parameter in split method to create new columns from a string. There are chances your data is dirty and the variable which is containing the strings values, it might have leading and trailing white spaces. and you want to get rid of them. And that is where the strip method will come in handy. Let's do an example and see how we can use it. df underscore subset in underscore region df underscore subset dot str dot strip. Let's run the code. df underscore subset dot head. And you can see here we have successfully created a new variable called clean underscore region. And if in this particular variable region, if there are any trailing or leading white spaces, they will be removed since we have used the strip method. Another string method which we are going to discuss about is the count method. The count method allows you to count the occurrence of a substring within each text entry. Let's do an example. df underscore subset count of a df underscore subset product underscore name dot str dot count, and let's say we want to see how many times a has appeared in product underscore name. Let's run a code. df underscore subset dot head. And you can see here we have successfully created a new variable called count underscore a, and total number of times you can see a has appeared once, whereas in record number 2 a has appeared 4 times, whereas in record number 3 it has appeared twice. So this is how you can use count method to count the letter a or the substring which you want to count. You can do that by using count method in Pandas. Now let's discuss about the starts with and ends with method in Pandas. These methods helps us to check if a string starts or ends with a particular substring. Let's do an example. df underscore subset name underscore starts underscore clear df underscore subset customer underscore name dot str dot starts with clear. Let me copy this. Name underscore ends, and let me write here huff. Let me change ends with huff. df underscore subset dot head. And you can see here we have successfully created two new variables called name underscore starts underscore clear and name underscore ends underscore huff. And wherever the name starts with clear, it is showing you as true, whereas the name underscore ends underscore huff ends with huff, it is showing you as true, otherwise it is false. And this is how you can use the starts with method and ends with method and find out if a particular substring is starting with or ending with within each text entry or not. If you want to extract a specific patterns from text using regular expression, that is where one can use extract method in Pandas. Let's do an example and see how we can do that. df underscore subset, and let's say I want to extract df underscore subset product underscore name dot str dot extract, and if I want to use regular expression I have to mention there are quotation. I want to extract only numbers or digits, so that is why I have used slash and d. One plus means one or more. Let's run the code. df underscore subset dot head. And you can see here we have successfully created a new variable called extract_num, and wherever in the text entry for product underscore name variable it has numericals, it has extracted for us. Otherwise it is none. These are 10 powerful Pandas string functions that can help you manipulate and analyze text data efficiently. If you have any questions or if there are any specific Pandas function you would like us to cover in more detail, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.